Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey, chapter 109. It is the third day of the week, aka the Vampire Killer Workout. I'm feeling good, feeling great, on the way to the gym now, seeing how this is gonna go. Anyways, today's subject matter is something I actually did not want to talk about today because it'll probably be polarizing enough and who knows how this video is gonna go. But something that I wanted to talk about because this has been something that's been on the list for a while now, and I've been kind of, I don't want to say dreading talking about it, but I already know that there's going to be a lot more people who will watch this one, judging from how statistically one other video went, which is crazy to think. But anyways, so today's subject matter, muscle mommies. Yes. So this subject matter is going to be divided up into two parts, is how I'm going to do it. The first part is going to be talking as if I'm talking to those who are or consider themselves the quote muscle mommy. And then the second part will be those who like to enjoy and partake into following those types of people. So I'm going to first start off with the people who are muscle mommies, or if they are watching this, I highly doubt it. But if you are watching this and you are marketing yourself as a, quote, muscle mommy, good job. Congratulations, you've found a good niche to market yourself in, something that's blowing up, to say the least. Instagram is probably your main battleground when it comes to that. Good stuff. The rest of this video is less about you in particular, per se. It's more about the mentality of those who follow you, basically. You as a person are doing what you need to do in order to make money in this world, especially in the social media game. I'm not going to shit on you personally because it's not my game to shit on you and be angry or whatever the fuck weird, insults you may or may not have for me. But it is just more so along the lines of I wanted to put that out there first because I don't want to have something where I'm misinterpreted in thinking these women are bad and all these other things, which no, I don't. To put it in the most bluntest of terms, I respect the hustle. You know what I mean? I get it. I 100% get it. I understand it. I'm not against it. It's like as if I was like against, I don't know, let's say drinking in general, and if I got mad at individual bottles of beer or something like that, or like individual like liquors. You are nothing but a product of the system that is incorporating you. So for example, like it'd make more sense for me to be pissed off at something like Instagram than you know what I mean? So that is if we're looking at it in the perspective of something that is a little bit more tangible. You are people, you are a person. Obviously, there is a whole different section of that. I'm not going to disparage you as a person here. I don't want you to think that. So this is all mostly about the people that follow you. And I think that's the main thing. It's not necessarily you per se as a person. You aren't a bad person. You aren't evil. You aren't doing anything that is crazy or that the new world or the social media game doesn't basically expect from you nowadays, realistically. Because realistically, the social media game is weird niches that you have to hit on and keep hitting on until the milk runs dry, unfortunately. So I understand it and I get it 100%. It is what it is. I'm not going to say that. So to those who may or may not be watching who are consider themselves a muscle mommy, thank you for your service. I appreciate it. Good job. Good job on getting popular enough. I mean, really. And good luck. I mean, I really do want you to succeed. I'm not going to be an asshole and be like, I hope this person doesn't succeed in what they do. No, I don't care necessarily. So good luck to you. And I really do mean that. And I mean no ill will towards any of you at all. Okay? With that being said, the second part of this video is geared towards those who follow the muscle mommies, aka a good chunk of men. I do not know the statistics personally, but I would like to assume that the good chunk of people that are following muscle mommies are mostly men. I don't think they're all men, obviously, there are some crossover, but I think a good 60% are. I could be wrong about that. I would need to see the statistics behind it, obviously. But the rest of this video is geared towards them. Because I have one question. And we're probably going to get more into it in the voiceover because it's not going to be enough time here. But I want you to ask yourself one question. Why? Why are you following these women? And it's nothing. The main question why I'm asking that is because I want some self-reflection, all right? I've seen myself look at these women. I've seen them. I've seen them. I've followed a couple of them in the past. But then I ask myself, why? Why am I following this woman? All right? And that is something I want you to really think about. I want you to sit there and actually ask yourself why. And we'll discuss on the inside more of the reasonings why personally, and maybe for you as well. But being honest with yourself is something that I feel like is lacking nowadays. And that is why I made this video subject matter in the first place. Is because I felt like I was lying to myself a little bit earlier in life. And nowadays I've decided I might as well be truthful to myself. Okay? So, with that being said, I will see you on the inside and think about it.
Alright, so I started this day off with neck curls, which were pretty good. They felt great. But anyways, to get back to the main subject matter at hand, if you say that you follow these women because they are hot, congratulations, good job. Well done. You have passed the test, aka there was no real test, but it's just you're honest with yourself about it. I feel like a lot of people will end up maybe saying things that aren't necessarily truthful to the reason why they're following the people. So for example, I think one of the big things that some people might say is that, oh, they're really strong and good at lifts, which they can be. I'm not going to say they're not. They can be. But let's be honest here, if they didn't look a certain way, you probably would not give a fuck about it. Let's be real about that. And I think that's something that I think is hurtful for oneself if you just kind of ignore the idea of why you're following someone. That's the main subject matter that I wanted to talk about here, is because why do you follow these people? And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't want you to think that I'm shaming you because you follow these women. It is okay. I don't necessarily care. It is fine. It is okay. But it is important to remember as to why you are following them. Because if you don't know the why behind the reasoning, then you are stuck to the whims of whoever can control you first, really. So, for example, these women, very nice, very beautiful, very attractive, whatever, they can easily manipulate you and make you go into buying or shelling out for whatever the hell they're selling without you even thinking about it, because you don't really think about the reasons why you're there, you know? And this isn't just to say that it happens to be with just women, but anything that is lucrative or attractive on the internet to you, really, and the ways that social media plays games with your psyche and whatnot. It's just that these examples of the muscle mommy are the ones that have a high level of crossover between people who go to the gym and other internet goers. So the fitness space really does cross over a lot between these women and the regular gym goer, the gym bro per se, and somebody who may or may not watch this. But the reason why I talk about this is because it's important to remember why. I think I find myself even, I can't even say like it hasn't happened to me, where I find myself where I'm like, oh, why am I following this person? What am I getting out of this person, you know? And sometimes it's all right if you want to just be like, all right, they're relatively attractive. I want to just watch them, you know, do their thing. That's all right. I'm not going to say, you know, fuck you for doing that. But I also ask myself, what am I getting out of this? You know what I mean? Like, am I getting anything of value out of this? And for some people that is value, but for me, that was something that I realized, this isn't really valuable for me, because then I'm just ogling people, you know what I mean? And it felt weird and not, I wouldn't say wrong, but I just didn't feel like I was doing anything necessary with my time. Like, I wasn't doing anything special with my time, and in fact, it felt like it was getting like zapped away. So I just stopped following a lot of them. There's not anything wrong with it. Like I said, I'm not trying to shame anybody for following whoever they want to follow, but remember who you're following and the influence that they can have over you. And remember that, because I feel like if you don't, then a lot of the times people can pull the wool over your eyes before you even know it. I mean, you could just look at any charlatan out there in any field, or whatever grifter we want to imagine in any field, honestly, whether it be political, arts, adult industry, gambling, any of those things, you can realistically look at and see people that try to sell you something and try to like really just keep showing you the good, showing you the best, showing you the things that will turn the dopamine, the neuron activation, really, and then try to sell you something that you mindlessly say yes to, which is not good. That's the hard part. That's the part that it's like, all right, just be careful about these things. And I'm not even saying these women are bad people at all or anything like that, but it's more about self-reflection and making sure that you understand what's happening to you, why you're doing something, and what it can benefit you. You know, it's less about the people itself, because realistically, most of these people are probably relatively all right people. Some of them are probably not okay. You know what I mean? There are probably some, like a very like minor percentage, that are actually bad people. That has happened. I think in recent times there have been a couple that have come out to be not good people, so that is a thing. But regardless, that is like one in like every 1,000, you know. So that's not the point of this, though. The point that I'm trying to make is that think about what you're consuming, because it is a reflection of what you see. So you want to make sure that what you're seeing on your timeline, whatever you use for your social media, is a reflection of things and ideas that you put out there. So if you just keep seeing the same things over and over again, you're just going to get it back tenfold, right? So you got to change it up a little bit. Get away from the things that may or may not lead you away or astray into weird subcultures or things that won't benefit your life, but in fact might make it worse. You know what I mean? You don't want to be, let's say you're in a deep, heavy relationship and then you get caught watching one of these muscle mommy videos, and then all of a sudden you have to explain to your significant other as to why you're watching this thing, and then a whole other thing comes up because of it. And all for what? For like 5 seconds of dopamine that is gonna be gone within as soon as you hit like and keep scrolling. That's why this entire video has come up, because I want you to just think about it. And these people are nice. I mean them no harm. And if you continue to like them and actually know that that's why you like them, or whatever reasoning you have for that, then continue. Go do what you want to do. But at least understand why you like that. You know what I mean? Always ask yourself, what am I getting out of this? Like, what do I need from this? And it changes from person to person, but some other people can be inspirations depending on what you are. You know what I mean? Who you are, what you want to be, or who you want to see as a future potential partner, or whatever the hell you want to do. But just think about it, please. And please stop thinking with your dick so much.
It's funny that out of all the shirts I possibly could have worn, this was the one that came up. And we're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed. None. Exercises skipped. Also none. Got everything in, surprisingly and thankfully. So, feeling good. I'm on my way back home. I feel just sore, but that's about it. Nothing too crazy. But anyways, back to the main subject matter at hand. Listen, the main reason why I wanted to make this video was because I feel like a lot of people are not very honest with themselves, and I feel like a lot of people will end up diluting themselves into a certain way of thinking when in reality it's another thing. You know what I mean? And I feel like most of the time I would like for there to be a level of honesty. Well, I feel like most people should have a level of honesty with themselves that they might not have. If this video pissed you off for some reason or another because, I don't know, I was saying something that you didn't like that you heard, that's all on you, not on me. I just pointed out something that is a reflection of you. You are just getting angry at yourself and lashing out at somebody else for revealing the truth. And I feel like that is something to work on if you are that person. Don't be a dickhead and only think with your dickhead and make it so others just get the brunt force of your anger while you yourself cannot be in the wrong. You are not a saint. You are a human. Remember that, and always remember that. You can be fallible. You can be wrong. And thus, if you're wrong about this, then you're wrong. It's as simple as that. But I feel like there's some level of self-reflection and humility that you have to have in order to transverse the world of today, because if you aren't honest with yourself about certain things like this, then you aren't honest about yourself in a lot of other aspects as well. The sexual drive will take over a lot of times when it comes to social media and stuff like that, which is all right. It's how the world fucking is programmed nowadays, unfortunately. But still, it is something that if you aren't aware of it and are like just oblivious to it, then anybody can take advantage of you in any specific way that they want to, as long as they know how to make it so they believe it is your own choice. You know what I mean? That's how social media platforms really get you and make you stick around. So just be aware of it. It's just a slight self-reflection that I would like for those who watch this to have as to what they are consuming and as to why they are consuming it. I'm not going to be a saint here and say like, oh, you should stop watching these people or doing anything like that. You know, shame on you for having a whatever the fuck, whatever you're into. I'm not about that. If you want to be into it, be into it. I don't care. Less on me. I really don't give a shit. But be aware of why you're into this / what you're getting out of it. If you are not aware of it, if you are deluding yourself or lying to yourself, then you're really just hurting yourself. You are basically blinding yourself to the reality of things, which is the main point that I'm trying to make here throughout this entire video. So just be aware of it. Have some self-reflections. Look in the mirror every once in a while and ask yourself, why do I do this? Why do I consume this? And who knows, maybe you find things that are better for you to consume and maybe some things that are worse for you to consume. Maybe you find out things about yourself that you didn't even realize, okay? So it is what it is. But anyways, with that being said, please tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about this. This one might be a little bit more divisive than the normal videos that I normally make, but who knows? Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I will be back on tomorrow with another video about something, maybe a little bit less heavy, or it's not even that heavy, but still a little bit less scandalous, quote unquote. Who knows though? But thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Please take care. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you later. Peace.